I'm seeing a lot of people who are still in a mindset when it comes to disclosure of conditions with the property. The mindset is from the past 4 years where houses sold in a matter of hours. People didn't feel like they really had to do a lot in terms of repairs to the house. And a lot of people got a little bit lazy about disclosure of issues with the property. So I want to talk to you about the importance of disclosure. It's required. The state of Ohio mandates that all sellers fill out a residential property disclosure, letting people know what the issues are or what they have been with the property and what you've done about them, if anything. That is your obligation as a seller. So we've got a lot of people who have forgotten about this, and I've had some people recently who just flat out have refused to disclose conditions with the property issues. So just a reminder, you own that house until someone else is willing to take it on. All the issues that are associated with that property are absolutely yours until the property is owned by someone else. So keep that in mind. I've got a lot of people, once they put the house on the market, they don't think it's really theirs anymore, and it's yours until someone else signs off for it. That's number one. Our current contract that we have requires documentation if a buyer wants to walk away from your property. So a lot of people have gotten into this hardball mindset with buyers, these sellers, where they'll just say, take it or leave it. I want your money, and I don't have to do a thing. And that's just absolutely not true. You are obligated to disclose issues with that property. No ifs, ands, buts, no way around it. If you've got issues that you know about, known defects with that property, you must disclose them. And our current contract, like I said, requires documentation and justification if a buyer walks away. So you got to understand that since you own this and all the issues, the bumps, the warts, all go along with it, once you receive documentation from a buyer, if you decide to play hardball and chase them away, that's your documentation too, and you own that. And you have an obligation to disclose any information that you have regarding defects with your property to other people who are potential buyers for your property. So that is just how this all works. So it's much nicer if you get a buyer and you know you've got issues with the property to have already disclosed them, number one, and to work with them to make the sale of that property a success. So just keep that all in mind as we go along. Just because a market is a little bit hotter at one point than another is never a reason for anyone to fail to disclose issues with the property. And as an agent, if I know that there are issues with your property, I'm obligated to let other people know about those issues as well if I'm your listing agent. So just keep that in mind too. It's always best to try to work out a solution with regard to these defects and let people know about them up front with eyes wide open. We can negotiate better that way. You can feel better at the end of the day that you've done the right thing, you've done right by someone else, and it keeps the lawsuits away after the transaction has closed. So if you have questions about disclosure or any other real estate related topic, I'm more than happy to discuss that with you. My number is 513-236-1254. You can private message me also, and if you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. Thanks, bye.